gamers all around the flat universe. Today we're going to be going with everything you need to know about Mongols. I've done English, I've done French, I've done Rus, which are my YouTube channel. There's also build order guys on my YouTube channel. This is the part of the series where I go everything you need to know about Mongols or any other civ and explain in full detail their bonuses and all their unique techs and how you're supposed to use their unique units and so on and so forth. I kind of give you like also a little bit of tips and tricks for if they have pastures, for example, like Mongols, or deer hunting for Rus. So there will be new guides for season 3. Not this kind of guide. This kind of guide is once in a lifetime thing, because I don't think any civ will change drastically to the point where I need to make another everything you need to know about Mongols. But I will be creating new build order guides in season 3, and obviously we're going to have civ tier lists and all the good stuff. Before we get into today's video, Eric James, yes you, I want to wish you a happy birthday. I wish you all the best. Your girlfriend reached out. I hope you have a great day. Hope the birthday is amazing. But can we get happy birthday in the chat to Eric? Happy birthdays from the chat. Thank you, chat. Thank you. And I'll give you a clap. Eric Gamer. There it is. Let's talk about Mongols and what they have. So the difficulty is 3 out of 3, aggression, cavalry, nomadic. Let's start with the civilization bonuses, and then we're going to jump into the game. So civilization bonuses starts with maximum population limit and no need for houses. So this is obviously a pretty good one. They don't need to build houses at all. When you start with Mongols, you have 7 out of 100 or 7 out of 200 supply. So no houses needed, and is the only civ that does not need any housing. So if you know, building houses and not getting a population capped is a thing that sounds good for you, then maybe Mongols is a way for you. All buildings can be packed and redeployed for a new location. So like it says, all Mongol buildings can move. There's also an upgrade that allows you to move them quicker. But in general, you can move, for example, as French or any other civ, if you build a lumber camp, you know, you have to remake them constantly. With Mongols, you can move your Gur, which is a drop-off point for all the resources. Plunder 25 food and 25 gold by igniting enemy buildings. So I think enemy buildings ignite when you reach 20% of it. I want to say maybe 15%. When you get any building, even farms, to that health, they get on fire and they will burn over time. So the moment you do that, you will get 25 gold and 25 food, which can be further upgraded to give you more or to also give you stone. So yeah, you should be able to move towers. I like that idea. This is the only civ that has stables available in Dark Age. So you can put Horsemen pressure in Dark Age, but they're early horsemen, so they're not feudal horsemen. Outposts increase movement speed of nearby cavalry and traders by 15%. So if you are trading, or if you're going for early trade or late game trade, you always want to make sure you have towers on the path of trading, because it will boost them 15%, which is obviously quite a big increase. And also it increases the speed of nearby cavalry if you don't have one of the landmarks. If you have one landmark, it increases the movement speed of all the units, which I'll show you guys in game. Double produce units or research advanced technologies, versions of technologies using stone. So Mongols cannot build keeps. They cannot upgrade towers with the one that increases their health. They cannot build stone walls. They cannot build any walls, but they can use stone, and they don't need workers to mine stone. And they can double produce units with it. Or they can get advanced techs. So for example, if a tech gives you plus 10% mining, the advanced one gives you, I can't remember the number, 12.5% or 15%, whatever. So they have kind of like an extra upgrade, if you will. For a lot of things, not everything, but for a lot of things. Silk Road, traders generate 10% additional food, wood, and gold with 3 traders or less, 5 traders, 3 to 5. Or sorry, 4 and 5, or 7 plus active traders. So basically, if you get 7 active traders onwards, you will get more resources. So yeah, I don't know what the exact number of the upgrades is. In the last one, now this is a big one. Transport ships have 50% health bonus and 15% move speed. Yeah, someone asked the question, and that's a good question to ask. If you set the building on fire and then they repair it and you set it on fire again, yes, you will get resources again. So if an enemy is repairing a building with like 2 workers and it leaves the burning zone and then you throw the spear again and it burns again, you will get resources once more. Another hot tip, you can use your mangonels to attack mills of the opponents when they have farms around them, and the splash of the mangonels will rinse pretty much all the farms around it. So that's pretty big. Right, tell about deleting too, that's a good point. So if you were to attack a mining camp, let's say, early on in the game, if you do damage to it, and then opponent deletes it, you will get resources. So, if you're playing against Mongol and they're tower rushing you, if you see spearmen coming and you cannot defend your gold, and you got enough gold, delete the mining camp before they arrive. Let's get into the game. I think we got everything covered, and let's start showing you the everything there is to show. Let's get into it. Okay, so when you start a game, in Season 1 Build Order Guide, I have talked a lot where to place your starting TC, because even your TC as Mongols is unpacked. You don't want to place it here, you want to place it closer to the wood line. Preferably, this is like the perfect spot between wood and gold, or wood and stone is 2 of the best spots you can have it. Again, in Season 1 Mongol Build Order Guide, I go into great detail about this, so if you're interested, check it out. Let's place it here for now, because I want it to be an open. And you also get a Khan, and you get a Gur. Gur is their gathering building. So this is where, basically it's a mining camp, lumber camp, and mill in one. And you can move it. So if you gather wood here, if you chop through the wood line, you can unpack the Gur and then move it a bit closer so that you don't have as much travel to go through. Now, let's talk about Khan, since he is a Mongol scout. So Khan is unique to Mongols. They can make scouts. So if I wanted to make a scout, I could. And you can see the population is 8 out of 200 right now. So what does Khan do? Well, first of all, it does 2 damage. Now, important thing to note, in the newest patch that is coming in a month, the scouts will deal 1 damage to villagers, and Khan will deal 2 damage per shot on the villager. So Khan will be a little bit better than scouts. Important thing to note is Khan is ranged. So you will see the range. I'm going to attack this sheep. So you can see the range right here. Obviously it doesn't do crazy amounts of damage. But if you're using Khan to deny deer from a Rus player, note that it takes 3 shots to kill a deer, and if you leave it on auto attack, it will actually shoot 4th time. This is, or attempt to shoot the 4th time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I mentioned in the Rus video, it takes 2 auto attacks to kill deer, but Khan, it takes 3 shots because, I don't know. That's just how it is. I don't know how scout bonus damage versus animal works, because deer only got 5 health, and Khan does 2-2. Yeah, they should just make Khan 2-shot deer because it's annoying as hell. Alright, so what else? Khan has 4 abilities, which I'm going to show you right now. So the first ability from the Khan is Scouting Falcon, and one thing that a lot of people actually don't know is all your scouts as Mongols also have it. Okay? So Scouting Falcon also is on the scouts. So what does this do? It releases a falcon that provides vision in air for 30 seconds. So if you do this, this falcon will stay in the air for 30 seconds and reveal like this much of the map for 30 seconds. So now if I leave with the Khan, I would see that area still. Now I do want to show something that Mist in the chat pointed out, which is very, very important and a trick you can use. So Khan takes 3 shots to kill a deer, but if Khan shoots once and then Scout shoots, Scout will kill the deer. On the other hand, if Scout shoots first, the deer is on 2 health, so Scout will kill it with 1 shot. So if you use Scout Khan pairing, it's funny because it doesn't even say here, right? It doesn't even say that it does 3 damage against animals. So it's weird how that's like that. Either way, You can't deny opponents deer. Like if the opponent comes with the scout and shoots at their deer, you can deny it. But you know, if you go with Khan to kill the deer, it's gonna take 3 shots. Or you can use this combo together, and you can snipe them in 2 shots like this. So that's something to note. Thank you, Mister, for pointing out. So in Dark Age, you can build a barracks and you can build stables. So again, this is the only civ that can build these 2 things. And again, you don't need to build houses. No need for that. In barracks, you can produce spearmen. And in stables, you can produce only horsemen. I'm going to also make stone. That's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. I'm going to move these over here, so I can move my production buildings as well, as you can see. And what I'm doing right now is I'm making an Ovoo. And again, check out Season 1 build order guide for Mongols. When you start the game, you will build an Ovoo, and this will collect stone over time. So you'll see when it finishes, it will collect stone over time. And this bonus bonus area influence thing that you see here, the orange, is if production buildings that are put there, you can see it's slowly getting stone. And the later age you advance to, the faster stone gathering you have. So right now, I can double produce spearmen and double produce horsemen, or double produce scouts or lancers when I get to castle, or men-at-arms. So if I build archer rangers or siege, you can also double produce them with stone, but they are very expensive. So I'm making now 2 spearmen. Boom. And you can only do this if you're next to Ovoo. And this works, like I said, with every single production building. And if you want to continuously use stone to use double production, whenever you build the next Ovoo, you need to move your buildings there or make new buildings there. So that's all Dark Age. And obviously you have a tower, which I'm going to build right there. And you have pastures. Now, if you build pastures within the influence, they will also spawn sheep a little bit faster. I'm going to build 3 pastures here. So if your Ovoo is close to your TC like this, you should build them in the Ovoo range. If the Ovoo is like there, don't risk it. You know, just build it closer to your TC. And whenever you build a pasture, every 2 minutes... Why does it say... Every 135? It says 2 minutes here. What the hell? I'm confused. Anyway, sheep will pop out for free. So these are Mongol farms. Mongols don't have farms. They cannot farm. They have pastures. And you can see the production here. The sheep are free and they will slowly come out. And you want to rally them like this in front of your TC. And they're going to stack and you're just going to have villagers get sheep there and collect food. Now I do want to say survival techniques does not work on sheep. So increased villagers hunted meat gather rate. Hunted meat gather rate is not sheep. If you want to have faster gather rate on sheep, you will go for horticulture because that's what buffs that. Now, what else did I want to say? You can build as many pastures as you want, but you can only have 30 sheep at the same time. So you cannot build like million sheep. Alright, with all that being said, this is a tower. I'm going to explain the towers a little bit later. You have 2 landmarks in Feudal. One landmark is deer stones. And what this does, if you guys remember in the bonuses of the civilization, it said that towers give a buff aura to cavalry and traders, 15% movement speed. If you build deer stones, every unit, including villagers, so infantry plus villagers, will also get this movement speed buff. So this is like kind of like a nice economic boost in the early game. But you can also upgrade that in castle. So this YAM network is upgraded at towers and it works in castle. So this is something to note. Technically, you can skip deer stones and get YAM network in castle, but it's really good to get in the early game because you want to build it near your TC, and then it buffs your villagers. They're faster, they're going to give you more resources. It's like getting Wheelbarrow. And then every offensive tower you make, your infantry cavalry will move quicker. Now, you might think, why don't you just skip this, get it in castle, and go for the other one? The other one is a trading landmark, which if you build it, you need to trade, which in 1-on-1s is possible, but it's not very common. And as you can see, acts as a market, can build traders 50% faster and at 50% reduced gold cost. You can also double produce this with stone, but the biggest problem is protecting that because once again, Mongols do not have walls. We're gonna go for Yem network or Deerstone, sorry. And we're gonna age up to the Feudal and explain things to you guys there. So let's do it. So as Deerstones are creating, you can see this aura range, right? If you have units in that range, they will be moving faster. Now, if you look here, my two boys over here are already glowing. They already have Yam. And again, this is the Mongol bonus. Cavalry and traders near an outpost gain 15% movement speed. I am near the outpost and they're getting 50% movement speed. But if I finish this landmark, the villagers will as well. And also infantry and whatever else. So here we go. Finishes. And suddenly the villagers have Yam as well. And it's not called Yam network, it's just Yam. Jam. So villagers are now faster, and like I said, it's a nice eco boost, and it also boosts your units. It's nice for archers in the early game as well, so you can micro them better. Let's make that, and let's make that. And I'm gonna make a market right here, and that's it. Now, I do want to say, TC for Mongols does not cost stone, because you cannot mine stone, you can only get it from Ovoo. So stone for TC for Mongols costs 900 wood. It has no other costs, and once you make the TC, I'm going to make it right here and show you, you can also move it. You can move the main TC as well. I can just unpack right now and go somewhere else. You can also unpack the landmarks and go somewhere else. Note that while the landmark is unpacked, it will not give the bonus, but the tower will. So this tower is giving the bonus to these guys, but if I put them outside of the aura from the tower, they don't get it. I will need to unpack this, and then I will get it. So the second TC, you can also move wherever you want, and you can produce more villagers if that's what you want. Now, let's talk about which units we have unlocked in Feudal. And I'm going to move the Gur next to this Ovoo as well, so I can show you something else. First things first, Textiles is something that every civ has. But Mongols have improved Textiles, which cost same gold, same food, and it costs 150 stone. So instead of getting 25 health, you will get 50 health. So your villagers will go from 50 health to 100 health. And you can double produce scouts if you're TC in the range of Ovoo, or you can double produce villagers as well, which is not something that's very used because 150 stone in the early game is crazy high. I wish they nerfed this to like maybe 100 or 125, something like that. But right now, this is way too expensive and it's almost never used. So let's go through the upgrades. So you can upgrade the Spearmen to Hardened Spearmen. They have nothing else in their barracks. They have a unique unit, which I'm going to make a couple to show you in Feudal. And from stables, you can upgrade early Horsemen to Feudal Horsemen. And you can still double produce units if you want. And obviously we don't have access to Lancers yet. Let's see, the Mangudai are going to come soon. So now my Spearmen are... Let me make a couple here as well. There we go. There we go. So the first Mongol, or second I guess, because Khan is unique. The second unique unit is Mangudai. Right now, Mangudai are not really used in one-on-ones too much. They're very squishy, but they can shoot while moving, and that's kind of the main thing of Mangudai. They're not supposed to stand there and shoot. You're supposed to run around with them and raid with your Khan and have them to go along with it. Obviously, you can completely counter the melee units because you can just run around, but they fall apart against Horsemen, they fall apart against Archers, so they're not used too much. But in team games, they're used quite often because you can make an army with like 300 Mangudai, or not 330 Mangudai with Khan, and you can go around and you can mow down the villagers super quickly. But like I said, they do have a lot of counters and they do die super quickly. So that's the unique unit for second unique unit for Mongols. Now, I'm actually gonna go through these upgrades once I unlock Imperial from these 3 buildings. So that's it for Castle. Oh, sorry, for Feudal. Let's go to Castle. First landmark is Kurultai. Heals nearby units within the aura by +1 every 1 second. Activates an additional 25% damage to all units when the comm comes within range. So if you build this, it's kind of like Deer Stones. It's going to have an aura. And if your con is in, all the units will gain 25% damage. This includes Siege. Okay? And it will heal. Now this sounds pretty OP. 25% damage on all units is pretty OP, right? But there's always a but. If your con dies, you can't get the aura until con revives. By the way, if your con dies, if you're not aware of this, the con will automatically revive after a certain amount of time at your main town center. Now, so let's talk about Kurultai. Why is it not good? Well, because of this landmark. Steppe Redoubt acts as a GUR. Gold dropped off at this landmark is increased by 50%. That's right. So, this landmark is just way better than this, right? 25% damage on your units is cool, but you can get 50% more gold. So this is not you mining 50% faster. If I mine 10 gold, they're gonna drop off 50% more to the landmark, right? So this is very important because technically you're getting more gold from the gold veins, right? If you put like 10 workers with Mongols on gold, you're gonna have a crap load of gold because of it. So that landmark is just too good to miss out. But in order to show you Kurultai, I'll just make it over here. Like I said, just so I can show you guys exactly how it works and what it does. Now let's go to the GUR upgrade since I have all of it. My throat's hurting. Sorry, I just made another video earlier and I've been talking non-stop. Okay, so Mongol upgrades. This is standard. These 3 are pretty standard. Again, in the new version, in the new patches coming in a month, these are going to be 50 wood, 100 gold, 50 food, 100 gold, and 50 wood, 100 gold. So if you see this and you're watching after the patch and you're wondering why this is more expensive, it's because this is recorded on the... Yeah. They have forestry, they got wheelbarrow, they got survival techniques, pro scouts, all that is good, but they also got the improved upgrades. So, horticulture improved, increases villagers' gathering rate for food by 22.5%. If horticulture is already increased, it's increased by 7.5% instead. So, I'm gonna get this just to show you how it works. So if I get this, and then I upgrade this, it's not gonna get 22.5% extra. It's gonna only get 7.5% extra if this is already researched. So I'm gonna show you guys in a second how that works. You can also get improved forestry and every other upgrade. So for example, forestry, double the rate at which villagers chop down trees. So it takes 4 chops to chop down a tree. 2 chops with forestry. If you get improved forestry, it takes 1 chop. So 1 villager does this, whoop, and the tree falls. You have improved wheelbarrow, which increases carry capacity by 2. So usual wheelbarrow is +5 carry capacity and 15 movement speed. This one gives you 7, so it's 2 extra. In my opinion, not worth. This is kind of neat because it's only 75 stone. You have survival techniques that give you +5% extra instead. Don't think it's worth. And then you have pro scouts, which is kind of, it's just a meme at this point. But it does 200% damage against wild animals. Wow. So right now, scouts do, if you upgrade this, scouts gain 100% damage against wild animals. If you upgrade this, you get 200% damage, which is pretty much useless. And then these also increase the gathering rate for these resources. So this is what's happening. So I researched horticulture. So now the description changed and it says, no, not the description, the cost has changed. So it doesn't cost wood and gold anymore. It just costs stone because you already upgraded the wood and gold part right here. So if I upgrade this, it just costs stone. And if I want to upgrade the next one, I'll show you what happens. So we got castle. Let me bring the Khan over here. God, my throat is killing me. Okay, so here's Kurultai. This is the aura. So right now the units would heal if they were damaged. If Khan goes inside, these units gain 25% damage buff, which you can see 7+2. So it's pretty good damage buff. And the most common time to go for Kurultai if you go for trading in Feudal into Kurultai, because if you're trading, you're not going to need gold, so you don't go step Redoubt. In Castle, you can upgrade the Spearmen, and you can upgrade 2 men-at-arms at a time. So again, nothing special in the Barracks. Mangudai, you get access to crossbowmen, by the way, which you can also double produce. You can upgrade Mangudai to Veteran Mangudai, and you can also get this unique upgrade for them. Increases the range damage of Mangudai and Khan by +1. And if you use Stone, you will increase the damage by Mangudai and Khan by +2. Now, this upgrade is about to finish. So now I had 22.5%, right? So if I go this now, if I upgrade this instantly, because I don't have the fertilization research, it will increase the gathering rate by 22.5%. And also this will be upgraded at the same time, because I'm basically paying for the cost of the fertilization plus the improved version. So it's going to research both at the same time, right? But you can also get this one and then upgrade the stone versions later on. In Castle, you only get Monastery and Siege Workshop, which we're going to build right there. Traders, 75-75. In the new patch, there will be 60-60. I'm going to make a couple as well to show you guys how that works. There are the men-at-arms. And I'm going to show you all these upgrades once we reach into Imperial. So this is the Siege Workshop. Again, you can produce Siege 2 at a time. Now this time, they are way more expensive. So 2 Spearmen is 80 stone. 2 Mangudai is 600 stone. So it's quite a bit more. Now, unique unit for Mongols is Trebuchet. And you might think, well, every civ has a Trebuchet. Yeah, but this is the shit Trebuchet. This is the budget Trebuchet. It sucks. It's traction Trebuchet. It is cheaper, but it sucks. It deals way less damage. It has less range. Did I mention that it sucks? Yeah, it sucks. But you can build them on the field if you have one upgrade, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. So that's a bonus. And also, all these upgrades, I'm going to explain them right now. You can also get the improved versions in Imperial. So this one is in Castle, these ones in Imperial. So for example, Greased Axeless. Is that how you pronounce it? So usually this upgrade increases speed of the siege engines by 15%. If you get this, it increases it by 20%. So your siege is faster. If you research this, its weapon range of Springles by +2 tiles and reduce the reload time by 25%. This one is +3 tile range and reduce the reload time by 35%. So, axles? How's that axles? What? Shouldn't it be written like this? The fuck? Anyway, axle? No, that doesn't make any sense. English is dumb. It's English, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So this is obviously pretty good. If you're entering any kind of siege wars, you definitely want to have this. And this is what you would rather spend your stone than producing double springald. You would rather have this, right? Mangudai reduces the time by Mangudai 35%. Usually it's 25%. And then you have this, which increases the damage of rams and trebuchets by 45%. Usually it's 30%. So those are all the improved upgrades. Monks, you can double produce monks. You can also get the double or improved versions of them, where this gets more resources. This increases more health on the shamans, and this increases the healing from 60% to 90%. Now, we got some traders going, and if you look, Mongol traders give food and gold when they pick up the resources. So here we go. Boop. And if you were doing a Mongol trade, like I said earlier, you would want to build towers like here, 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 and so on. So you would increase the movement speed. Now, you might be wondering why this one is returning food and gold, and this one is returning food, wood, and gold. It's because of that thing, 357 villagers. Remember what I said? You gain more resources the more traders you have, and that caps at 7+. So if you have 7+ villager or traders, you will get a little bit of gold, or sorry, a little bit of food, a little bit of wood, and gold as well, which is why Mongol trading is good late game, but at the same time it's not, because you don't have walls. So, now this unique tech, thank you for mentioning it, I forgot. So this will allow monasteries allow improved production in their districts even without an Ovoo. So if I put my monastery here, if I upgrade that thing that you just saw, it will act as an Ovoo, where it will give influence. It will not gather stone, but it will give influence, and you can double produce off of it, or you can build pastures around it to boost pastures production. So that's what it does. Alright. Yeah, usually late game you put pastures around it. So, let's talk about the arrows, by the way. I forgot about that. I kind of zoned out early on. So I mentioned that Khan has Scouting Falcon, which reveals an area. You have a Signal Arrow, which I'm going to bring Cavalry for this. Signal Arrow increases the movement speed of nearby units, including the Khan, by 33% for 5 seconds. Does not affect villagers. So, if you can look, my cavalry is running. If I use the Signal Arrow, cavalry gets movement speed. So, this is why you want to have Khan while you're raiding, because you'll be able to boost your cavalry or activate one of the other abilities to help them. Second ability is the ability you get in Feudal Age. Fires a Signal Arrow that increases the reload speed of nearby ranged units, including the Khan, by 50% for 5 units. So this is obviously really, really good if you have mass crossbows or archers. It will increase their DPS insane amounts. Obviously, you use this if you want to catch up to something or run away. And you have the Defense Arrow. Fires a Signal Arrow that increases the armor of nearby units, including the Khan, by +2 for 5 seconds. So, this is obviously good as well if you're playing against archers or if you're raiding under TCs. Drink water. Oh yeah, I do have water here. I don't think that's going to help though. But maybe it will. So, it increases armor by 2, so you can use this in battles, or you can use this while raiding under TCs, and so on and so on. Yeah, Mekter from Ottomans is way better than Khan, I'll say that. Now, what else do we got? I'm also getting 188 gold now, by the way. See that? A little bit more resources, because I think, yeah, I'm on a 9 traders right now. Now, let's talk about the last age, and then we gotta cover the Ovoo and Blacksmith upgrades as well. There's 2 landmarks, one sucks, one doesn't. Palace sucks. It spawns a cavalry army of Horsemen, Mangudai, or Lancers every 90 seconds. Problem is, you can't pick what spawns. So you can get like Mangudai, 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 Mangudai. If you do get like Lancers, that's sick. But it's not that good, and this is just way, way better. Why is the White Stupa better? First of all, it acts as an Ovoo. So if you have a bunch of pastures built up, you can just build White Stupa near the pastures, and you see the pluses, you will give them the influence, which is very nice. But also, it is an Ovoo. It counts as an Ovoo in terms of gathering stone, and it gathers 240 stone for the rest of the game per minute. Which is really cool. So, the way you want to play Mongols now is once you build it, you go like this, and you build pastures all around it, and then you rally them all there, because they will get improved production. So, White Stupa is built, and now you get Now you get that juicy bonus stone income. Now, let me build these, go there, and wait. So what did we get? We got the Imperial upgrades for Barracks, we got the Imperial upgrades for all these units, and we got access to hand cannoneers. In the stables, we can get elite lancers, and obviously in castle we can get lancers as well. In here, we have also unlocked precision crossbreeding, where you will increase your gathering by another 22.5%, but it costs 1,000 stone. So you can see this gathers 240 stone a minute, and this costs 1,000 stone. So it's quite expensive. You can also get this upgrade 3 times, just like you can get this one. Or if you just go for this one, you only get that one, and this one will automatically get upgraded. So, what else do we want to talk? Here we go. This is the Prayer Tent unique upgrade, and once it finishes, Prayer Tent will be basically have influence around it. Now, this is a unique upgrade for Mongols. It's for trading, stone commerce. Having 9 or more active traders causes them to supply 10% stone to their trades from the gold, 10% stone from the gold. This is really, really good because as Mongols, you can have infinite stone. And the reason why you have infinite stone is because if you do have trading, you will have traders going the whole time, giving you the bonus stone, and you can upgrade towers forever. Now let's go back to the towers, since we didn't discuss them since the Dark Age. They have 3 upgrades: arrow slits, like every civ, springled emplacement, like every civ, and bomb and cannon emplacement, like every civ. The difference is, now you're getting passive stone, so you can build a million of these cannon emplacements if you want. What is the downside? Well, the towers have 750 wood like every other tower, except they don't have this upgrade, which buffs their health by 100%. So Mongol towers are very, very squishy, but technically you can have more of them, so it's kind of like a trade-off. And you don't have walls. So now I've upgraded that thing. And if you look at this trader... Oh, is it not upgraded yet? Whoa. Oh, does it not show? Maybe it doesn't show on the traders. Maybe it's gonna drop off here now. Let's see. Whoop. It should show though. Yeah, 17 stone. It doesn't show for some reason. Yeah, it doesn't show here, but I am getting stone from trading now as well. Alright, and you can get the improved version. And this is actually insane value, by the way, because it will give you 20% stone. So this is 100% worth upgrade to get if you're trading. What else do we got? So we have unlocked these. We can produce double bombards as well. This is the Mongol Wonder, which I'm going to build it here because it looks cool. Let's build it somewhere in open. Boom. So, what else do we have that's left? We have the Ovoo upgrades and the Blacksmith upgrades. The Ovoo upgrades. The first upgrade is... I'm just going to go through... Actually, no. I'm just going to go here. So, increases the Khan's signal arrow duration by plus 5 seconds and plus 2 tiles. Just to remind you guys, signal arrow is any arrow, right? So all these are called signal arrows. They have different names: a maneuver arrow, attack arrow, defense arrow. So this upgrade works for all the arrows. So increases the Khan's signal arrow duration by 5 seconds and range by 2 tiles. So I'm gonna put a sheep right here so you guys can see. There we go. That's the range. So I'm gonna upgrade it so you guys can see how much it is. We're gonna get the improved version. It gives plus 7 seconds on the duration and range by plus 3 tiles. So that's pretty good. Now, second upgrade is increases the raid income for igniting a building to plus 50 food and plus 50 gold. So this is the, when you set the building on fire, you get 25-25. If you upgrade this, you get plus 50. And if you get the improved version, you're going to get plus 75 gold, plus 75 food. So if you're raiding in the late game, if you're destroying towers or anything, you're going to just get free resources. Next, and all these are, by the way, unique for Mongols because they're built in Ovoo, which only Mongols have. Is this worth it? Yes, it is worth it. This is 100% worth it. Even the improved version, this is 100% worth it. This is a bit overpriced, but it's actually really good if you're playing mass cavalry in the late game. Increases the torch damage of all infantry and cavalry by 3. So cavalry right now has, I think they have 10 fire damage, 10 torch damage. So it goes to 13, which is quite a big upgrade. So if you're playing with like 20 in Imperial, okay. So you go from 20 to 23. And you can also get the improved version which increases by +5. But trust me, when you play in-game, you can definitely notice it. Now this is also a good one. Stone Bounty. So it's similar to this one. Except it also gives you 50 stone to the raid income for igniting a building. And also, improved one gives you 75 stone when you're raiding. Does it apply for scouts? Yes. This one applies for all infantry and cavalry, and scouts are cavalry. So yeah. And the last one is superior mobility. Packed buildings move and pack/unpack 50% faster. So when you do this, it's going to do it 50% faster. That's what it does. Now, let's check the signal arrow. So remember here the circle was this area. Now if you look, the circle is 3 tiles bigger. So it's a lot longer. And also this should now last 12 seconds, right? Because it's 5 + 12, yeah. So it should last quite a bit longer. And the last thing to talk about Mongols is Blacksmith. So they do have some unique stuff. Note, Mongols do not have university. So if you look at their villagers, there is no university here. There's nothing. So their blacksmith is university at the same time. They have the standard upgrades right here. And they also got university upgrades right here, as you can see. So, the cool thing about this is, well, you don't need to spend wood on university. But second is you can get improved versions. And now let's talk about those. So, siege engineering improved. This is really good. And we're going to research that immediately to show you what exactly you can do with it. And this siege engineering improved, you can research it in Feudal. But you only really get it in Castle. So, just so you guys are aware. You can research it in Feudal, but you can only really use it in Castle. So if you research this, you can make rams. But in Castle, you will get access to Mangudai, Springles, and Trebuchets as well. So once this researches, I'm going to show you guys in a second. It researched. Now I can produce battering rams and Keck W towers. But I can also produce Mangonels or Trebuchets or Springles on the field. And this is a Mongol unique tech. Abbasid can also produce Springles and Mangonels on the field, but they cannot produce Trebuchets. Mongols have worse Trebuchets, but they can make them on the field. Which is why one of the more popular plays with Mongols is to, when you push your opponent, you make a couple of towers, you get Springled upgrades, and then you build siege in the field and you attack your opponent. Yes, Mongol Trebs are cheaper. They're 400, 150. And there it is. Now, let's talk about the other ones. You have Military Academy improved. So instead of 25% extra build or faster build time for your units, it's 35%. Siege Works improved. So this increases the health of all engines by 20% and their range armor by 10. This increased range armor by 15 and health by 30%. So this is quite good in late game in siege battles. And then you also have Elite Army Tactics improved. Increases the health of all melee infantry by 30% and their damage by 30%. So this is 2020. This is 30%. All right. So it's again, it's quite big. And the last one is increase the health of cavalry 30%. The normal one gives you 20%. And I think Mongols, I'm not sure how the numbers work out against Rus Knights or Rus Blacksmith upgrade where it gives health to cavalry. But I'm pretty sure that Mongol is the second highest cavalry HP and the highest, no, second highest cavalry HP and second highest infantry HP behind Abbasid and second highest cavalry behind French, because French give 35%, Mongols give 30% with improved, And then Abbasid give 15% plus 20% for infantry. Even higher than Rus? I think so, because Rus has plus 20 health and then 20%. And Mongols have plus 30%. 30% should be higher with the numbers in Imperial, which I'm not going to compare now, but just trust me in it. Or maybe Rus has higher health on Scouts and Horsemen, but lower health on Knights. I'm not sure how that works out. But you get the idea. But they have Boyar's Fortitude. Yeah, that's 20 health. And Mongols has 30%. There we go. There's some numbers. 365 HP French Knight. 351 Mongol. 348 HP Rus. I was right. See that? Boom. And they're also second highest, second highest infantry health behind Abbasid, because Abbasid has military wing upgrade and university upgrade for their infantry, which makes them the strongest. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think there's anything else. I think we've pretty much covered it. There's the Wonder from the Mongols. In my opinion, the coolest Wonder. Looks cool as fuck. What's not to like? Am I right? Oh yeah, Doc. I mean, this is the live version. So again, in 1 month, depending when you watch this, the season 3 patch will have different ships and different upgrades. But I'm not allowed to stream beta now, so I can't show you. So these are old ships, but they do have a unique upgrade, and they will have this unique upgrade in the season 3 as well, which is Piracy. And I think this is nerfed to 25-25. I am 99% sure, and it might also give food and wood. I actually am not sure what it gives in the new patch, but basically if you research it, you will get resources every time you sink an enemy ship. That is it. What about Court Constructs? Mongol, that's important to answer. Mongol does not have an upgrade that increases the HP to the building. So every civ has an upgrade in university that increases their HP in the buildings by 20%. Mongols do not have that. You wouldn't download a ship. Wait, what did I say? Did I say download or down? I'm tired. But you get the idea. So Mongols are very cavalry, very mobility-based civ. You're supposed to take map control with towers. You're supposed to kind of extend your towers so they connect with each other, so your units have movement speed the whole time. Oh, Piracy download. Okay, yeah, I get it. Sorry, my head is like, you know, dented, so I don't even know what I said. Yeah, so no illegal downloading with Mongols, please. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you manage to trade with Mongols, it's great, but you need to be very, very careful about getting raided as Mongols, because like I said, that is probably the biggest downfall of Mongols, is they don't have walls, they don't have wood walls or stone walls. So it's very hard to defend cavalry raids, and that's why you want to be the one in charge of the game, and you want to be the one attacking and putting pressure on your opponent. With that all being said, this was the all or everything you need to know about Mongols, and I hope you learned something new today. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you so much for watching. I will be making this same kind of video for Delhi, Abbasid, China, HRE, and also once the new civs are out, or maybe even just before the release, I will be making this video, everything you need to know about Malians and everything you need to know about Ottomans. If you want to get started on those two civs, although you can play the test patch now, I already uploaded the 2 build orders, which the meta has already evolved, so I will be uploading the new Ottoman and Malian build orders guides in Season 3 to get you guys going. If you're watching on YouTube, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, let's keep going.